This case begins with a terrifying image, two tomahawks swinging, a victim just feet away, and a threat that could have turned deadly in seconds. But this sentencing hearing isn't just about that moment. It's about decades of violence, drugs, broken probation, and a defendant standing before the court claiming this was all a mistake. As the judge digs deeper into his history, the courtroom shifts from sympathy to accountability.
Parties announced, please.
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Bob Romach for Glenn White.
And are you Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on May 27th. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of deadly weapon. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CC 005111, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense,
Yes, ma'am.
any objections?
No.
State,
I'm from the state.
No
Defense.
objection.
all right. Any witnesses from either side?
No.
Any witnesses?
None from the state.
All right, then, state. Let me see, I believe you may be opposed. Just one moment.
I was silent, Your Honor.
All right, you're solid. All right, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, I'll hear your argument.
Judge, Mr. White's had some issues in the past. He said it's different this time. He spent time in jail. It's helped him develop a new outlook. He told me he's going to follow your instructions. If you give him probation, he'll never be back here again. We like the recommendations, the probation, the outpatient treatment, weekly drug testing. He's had a drug problem. He needs to address that.
Mhm.
Also, the 180-day jail sanction is a good idea. We're in agreement with all that.
All right, so, Mr. White, is there anything you want to say?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record, please.
My name is Defendant Lorenzo White.
All right, what did you want to say?
So I was saying that I made a mistake in my life when I lost control.
All right, so here's the thing. Are these mistakes or are these choices?
No, it was really a mistake.
Why do you say it's a mistake?
Because I don't know, I just lost it at that moment.
Well, no,
And I got really angry and stuff.
no, here's the thing. You picked up a hatchet, right?
That dude was tomahawk.
Okay, you picked up 2 tomahawks. Did you think it was something else? Or did you know it was a tomahawk?
No, it was tomahawk. I just grabbed him and I wasn't thinking.
All right, so you grab 2 tomahawks. And according to this, it's with this Monique Gant,
Yes,
someone that you've used drugs with. I don't know why you all are still together because I read the PSI report and you have 2 children, younger children. You don't even know where they are because you were using drugs. She was using drugs. You didn't get your life together with CPS and your your rights ended up being terminated and you're still with this person. So according to this, it says, because I want you to tell me where the mistake is. Victim stated that suspect, that's you, arrived at the location to charge his car battery. Suspect saw victim's car and went inside the house to take groceries that the victim bought. Suspect put 2 hatchets on victim's car. Suspect then grabbed a pole that was on the ground and tore through victim's taped up window and attempted to grab things from her vehicle. Suspect then grabbed the 2 hatchets and was swinging them around, approaching victim, coming within 5 feet of victim. Victim stated that suspect said, "I'm going to cut this bee," and noticed witness standing behind her. Victim stated that suspect walked to the neighbor's house and dropped off the 2 hatchets at the
This is where everything changes. The judge walks through the victim's statement step by step: property damage, intimidation, threats, and the use of deadly weapons. Even as the defendant denies parts of the report, he admits to tearing open the window and being intoxicated. Legally, that matters. Intoxication is not a defense. It often makes the offense worse. And when the judge later reviews his criminal history, it becomes clear this isn't an isolated incident.
Neighbor's house.
The other day is not true. I went to my mom's house. That was my mom's house. And I went
So
to-
why would you try to take groceries from the vehicle?
I didn't take no groceries from no vehicle.
Well, I mean, she said you cut through her window. I'm assuming the window
Yeah,
was,
no, I picked up the little pipe thing, and it had plastic on the window, and I just like tore it open.
Why?
I was intoxicated too, so.
all right. Here's the thing, Mr. White. I don't think you'll be a good candidate for probation. And let me just tell you why. You've been on probation before. Then you have a theft case that you were convicted of. Then you have a criminal mischief that you were convicted of. Then you have an assault case that you were convicted of. This started in the 80s. And then you have another criminal mischief that you were convicted of. Then you have another assault case, they say dismissed for insufficient evidence. It's probably dismissed because the complainant didn't want to go forward with it. Then you had a possession of marijuana, and I realized it's marijuana, but you were placed on probation for that, and your probation was revoked. Then you had another assault, and now we're in the 2010s. You had another assault, and you were given probation, and your probation was revoked. Then now you have a violation of bond or protective order, which I'm assuming is related somehow to this incident. Then you had an aggravated robbery case that was rejected. I'm not even considering that because it's rejected. I don't know why it was rejected. Then you had dealing cocaine. You were sentenced to state jail facility. Then you had another dealing cocaine and you were sentenced to prison. Then you had a burglary with intent to commit theft by force, and you received 15 years for that. And then you had another manufacturing delivering. You did time for that. Then you had an aggravated robbery. It was dismissed for missing witness, injury to the elderly, dismissed missing witness. And now you're here before me. How old are you?
I'm going to be 62 years old.
All right. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
Can I say something?
Sure.
See, I've changed my life. My mom got sick now. I'm old too. And I don't know if I had that much time left in my life. But I really want to see my mom. She's in her 80s. If I go away, she will pass away. That's all I have in my life is my mom.
All right. So here's my question for you. And I'm not trying to be cruel, but you knew about your mom. Why would you do this, knowing about your mom?
Well, my mom just got sick recently since I've been locked up.
Mm-hmm.
This year started since I got locked up. She's been in the hospital in and out about 4 or 5 times. She had a minor heart attack.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be like this.
Well, I mean, these are things we need to consider, right?
It's not.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, affirmative finding of family violence. The court will sentence you to five years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CC 005111. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with Monique Gant, G-A-N-T, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence and also a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, Mr. White. Your history doesn't look good, right? And sometimes I look at that, right? And I have to look at that because I have to consider everything. And so I'm looking at your history, and your offense is escalated. And then you have different issues where you are placed on probation, your probation gets revoked. You're given parole, you don't do well on parole. And I will tell you, I've done parole hearings before, and parole is so much easier than probation is. Because parole is sort of, in a way, it's sort of like college. And this is the best way I can explain it. When you're in public school and you're not in college yet, everybody is telling you everything to do. This is your class for today. That's what probation does. When you get on parole, what they do is they don't tell you, you need to do this, this, and this. They just give you.
In the end, the court delivers a firm sentence. 5 years in prison, an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon, family violence, and a permanent no-contact order. While the judge recommends a therapeutic community, this ruling makes one thing clear: public safety comes first. This wasn't punishment for one bad night. It was accountability for a lifetime of escalating behavior. Backhand index pointing right now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the judge made the right call, or should probation have been considered? If you found this case as intense as we did, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.